This is why we love the NBA. Absolutely, this is why we love the NBA. Just when you thought the NBA all season was over with, we get hit with a shams bomb. Yes, indeed. And I ain't gonna lie, we needed it, folks. The NBA just got shook up real good. Karl Anthony Towns is being traded to the New York Knicks for Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. However you say his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Yes, indeed. That was an excellent move for both sides. Let me break it down. I'm going to start with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Okay, you get DiVincenzo. He's one of the better shooters in the NBA. When you watch the Minnesota Timberwolves, the only thing they really lack is shooting from their guards. He's going to step right in and make an immediate impact, coming off the bench or starting. It doesn't matter. That's an excellent move. You get Julius Randle. Okay, you get somebody who gonna play in the paint, gonna play bullet ball in that paint. You know, him and Rudy in that paint should be able to grab everything. They're gonna lose the shooting from Karl Anthony Towns, but I think you gain more of a paint presence with Julius Randle. Karl Anthony Towns used to hang out on the three-point line a little too much for me. So now you got a guy who you know gonna be in that paint, helping Rudy Gobert on that glass, scoring points in the paint. Not only that, Julius Randle, not really a good three-point shooter, but he could knock him down every once in a while. And you see, Minnesota let Karl Anthony Towns go because they don't want to pay him on his next contract. They was going to have to break the bank to keep Karl Anthony Towns. So they was like, you know what? Let's get rid of him right now. You ain't going to have to pay Randle what you got to pay Karl Anthony Towns. And listen to this, people. The one thing that people are not really paying attention to is this here. Naz Reid, phenomenal player. I've been a fan of him ever since he was at LSU. Okay, he was the sixth man of the year winner. He was the spark for the Minnesota Timberwolves coming off the bench. He was excellent last season, but now you're going to ask him to step into the starting role. That's a different role, people. People have a scouting report on you now. They're not going to just let you hang on that three-point line and shoot them threes, because when you look at Naz Reid, that's all he really do. Stand and shoot them threes. Teams don't really overplay him like that. He could put the ball down a little bit, but he's basically a spot-up shooter. How good is that going to help you? How much is that going to really help you? You know what I'm saying? They're going to need somebody to get in that paint, son. That's what Karl Anthony Towns provided for you in that starting lineup. So, in my opinion, Naz Reid stepping into that starting lineup, Minnesota Timberwolves won't really be as good as they were, but they're going to still be good enough. And here's how. Leonard Miller. They drafted Leonard Miller last year out of the G League. He's a lefty. He's nice. He could do a little bit of everything for you. If they could bring this dude along and develop him with Naz Reid, now you got you something. Now you won't miss Cat at all. Because Leonard Miller, he got a nice handle for a big man. He like 6'10", 6'11". He can shoot and he can finish at the rim. He played for the NBA G League last year. Dude was legit. You know what I'm talking about? So, getting rid of Cat, they got to develop him. If they could develop him, excellent win for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Excellent. They won't miss Cat at all, but they must develop him immediately. You know what I'm saying? Because you got rid of Cat so Anthony Edwards could develop more and become the number one star with no question. I like that. It's time for Ant to show up. All that talking is over with now, buddy. You got your own team. The spotlight's on you. What you gonna do with it? Now let's get to the New York Knicks. I've been hollering this whole NBA offseason. They need a big man. Leon Rose, what are you going to do, man? Bringing Mikal Bridges over without a big man, it ain't going to work. You need a big man. I thought they should have went after Robert Williams, but guess what? They say hell with Robert Williams. Go get me Cat. Go get me the big man that put up 23 and 10. Go get me the big man that shoot 40% from 3. Go get me the big man that can play in the paint or outside. Boy. The New York Knicks are on their way, man. And guess what? They going to the finals. If they going to the finals if they can stay healthy. And here's why. They match up against any team in the Eastern Conference real well. I ain't worried about no Celtics. Jaylen Brown, throw Mikal Bridges on them. Jason Tatum, throw Josh Hart on them. You know what I'm talking about? Drew, he gonna be on Jalen Brunson. Who else you got that's a threat like that? The Celtics don't have a big man. Karl Anthony Towns is gonna feast on their big men. They got Xavier Tillman and Al Horford. You really think they gonna stop Karl Anthony Towns? I'll take that bet any day. You know what I'm talking about? And Karl Anthony Towns passing is going to open up a lot of things for this team too. Y'all forget, Karl Anthony Towns got a post game too. This going to be beautiful, man. Beautiful. Spot up, play through Cat. Spot up, play through Jalen Brunson. You can even run some of your offense through Mikal Bridges. This was an excellent move for both teams. If I had to grade this move, I would give the Minnesota Timberwolves a B+. And I'm giving the New York Knicks a A+. This was the move that should put them over the top. Leon Rose, you will never hear me say another bad word about you. It looks like you're ready to win, and you done put yourself in position to win. Excellent move by the New York Knicks. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this trade.